How you doing, guys? I think we all realize that when it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses and knocking on strangers' doors, they not only have no respect, they have no tact whatsoever. I learned that pretty early on. I used to go out in service with the coordinator of my congregation quite frequently. And one day, he, his wife, myself, and this other girl in the congregation were going out in service one Sunday. Okay. We were driving up to this person's door. Now, the coordinator of my congregation was probably one of the most observant people I have ever met. He noticed these unusual details that the average person just wouldn't pick up on. And as we're driving up, he's saying, when you knock on this door, you may have to do it a little harder than normal because the windows are vibrating, so the chances are they're playing loud music. Well, okay. Like I said, it was very observant. I didn't pick up on that at all. Well, the girls were going up to the door. Mind you, this other girl that came with us was not one of the brightest bulbs in the package. Nice kid, but you pretty much had to guide her step by step. Well, as the girls go up to the door, we're sitting there, and this girl knocks on the door, and she gave it a good knock, a good hard knock. Well, the coordinator's wife looked over at the car at us, and I looked at the coordinator. We both looked at each other, and I said, "There's no loud music." Apparently, he should have explained to her that use your discretion on this. If there's no loud music, you don't have to knock. In all honesty, he probably shouldn't have even said anything at all. Okay, well, she and I later on that day walking up to this door, and she wanted to knock at the door. Okay, fine, you have at it. You have a blast. She actually was a good speaker. She was very zealous, very zealous. Like I said, you just had to guide her step by step. She knocks on the door, and inside this dog starts barking. Okay, good. Now, my logic as far as door knocking, if a dog's inside barking, you don't have to knock a second time because the dog is going to alert who's ever in there. Well, we're sitting there. She decides to knock again. Now, the dog is getting a little aggressive at this point. I'm like, listen, when you knock at the door and a dog starts barking, believe me, the dog is going to wake everybody, tell everybody we're here. You don't have to knock twice. Well, she looks at me like I got two heads. And she proceeds to knock a third time. Yeah, okay, what does Vinny know? Anyways, I just walked away from it and didn't say anything. Now, my thing, let's face it, the average person does not live in a mansion. Jehovah's Witnesses are under the impression that when they knock on your door, you're right there ready to answer the door. But they don't consider you might be in bed, you might be on the john, you might be getting a groove on, but no, they got to knock, and they don't even give it 15 seconds before they knock again. Did they ever think that maybe you just don't want to answer the door? Listen, I've worked 90 hours. I want to get some sleep. No, they don't consider that. I found out that this does not apply to householders. This also applies to other witnesses. On occasion, I used to like to drive to Texas to go and play just to get away from the humdrum stuff, things I live where I live, and get away from the Jehovah's Witnesses. I would turn off my primary phone because I always had a couple of other phones that they didn't have the numbers for. So this one time I had a few days to myself. I says, I'm going to take a drive to Texas and play over there for a while. So I did. Had a good week. Went to Houston. And I'm saying, okay, a few days goes by and I say, I really got to get back. Okay, I could do it in one night, which I did. I says, I got to make it back, and I started driving through the night. The one thing about Florida, when you hit Florida, you think you hit the state lines, you think you're home. No, 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 no. I live in South Florida. So what I had to do was drive 6 hours across the panhandle. Then another 6 hours from Jacksonville down to where I live. And by the time I drove into my hometown, the sun is just starting to get up. Now, I had been driving for about 21 hours at this point. I figured, you know something? I don't want anyone to know I'm home. I had this back drive on the property I lived at, so I could pull my car in there and hide it. Nobody would know I'd be home, which is what I did. I crawled into the house, didn't even make it to bed. I crashed on the couch. And it was a nice spring day, nice cool breeze, opened up the windows, pulled down the shades, and I had this nice cool breeze blowing in on me. I don't think I was awake for 10 minutes, and I just rolled over. And don't know how long I was asleep for. All of a sudden, I hear... No. Go back to sleep. Oh, no. No. I looked at my phone. It was 8:15. I wasn't asleep for an hour. And I'm like, who the hell would be knocking at my door this time of day? Close my eyes. Then I hear at the window, "Hey, Vinny! Vinny, it's so-and-so. Are you awake?" It was my Bible stalker. And I'm saying to myself, "Oh, I'm not here. Well, I put the pillow over my head. Again, I hear, "Hey, Vinny, you there?" And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? I mean, this went on for about 10 minutes. And I says, there's no way I'm going to open this door. I mean, I'm exhausted. Any normal person, of course, we're talking about my Bible stalker, any normal person would have knocked. Oh, he must not be here, and leave. This SOB went back and forth from the door to the window for the next 15 minutes. And I'm thinking, what the hell? No respect. I mean, I might have not have been there, may not have wanted to answer the door. This was the most tactless person I ever met. Well, after about 15 minutes of that, it stopped. He's gone. Okay, I can get a few hours sleep and get up and do what I need to do. Went back to sleep. Probably another 15, 20 minutes goes by and I hear, that's not the Avon lady. "Hey, Vinny, you there? This is so-and-so." In the meantime now, I'm wanting to get up and kill this SOB. I looked at the door, and the doorknob starts jiggling. I'm like, now he's trying to get... I'm thinking, did I lock the door? Well, I grabbed a baseball bat, and I'm thinking, you know something? If he gets in, he's going to be hurting. This went on for another few minutes before he went off. And I'm thinking, you know something? When I'm out in service, there is no way I'm going to knock on anyone's door more than once. Things that Jehovah's Witnesses just don't consider. Like I said earlier, they assume you're right there. And they think everybody's hiding, so they knock again. Well, if they're hiding, they don't want to talk to you people. Get it through your head. I absolutely refused to knock on the door twice. But just to make it look like I knocked on the door twice, I would do that famous phantom knock. But you know something? Jehovah's Witnesses, learn some respect for people. Oh, but we have an important message. No, you don't. Your message is BS. You're just trying to get these people indoctrinated so they can go out and knock on more doors. Anyways, guys, I'd like to hear your comments on what you think about the door knocking, because I'll tell you what, that did it. At my door. And I was a JW and I didn't like to answer the door. Anyways, guys, I want to thank my subscribers. And if by chance you come along this video, hit the subscribe button. You guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later.